Hi everyone, and welcome to this edition of Nature News, where we highlight seasonal occurrences to help direct your natural discoveries. Can you feel it? Spring is in the air, and today just so happens to be the spring equinox, when the sun is directly above the equator and our night and day are of equal length, thus marking the start of our spring season. But besides the longer days and warmer temperatures, many of our birds are returning from migration, mammals are waking up from hibernation. There is another telltale sign that the spring season is here. But unlike our other signs of spring, this sign of spring is something we can taste. In the winter, our trees go dormant, waiting for the return of warmer weather to begin the growing season once more. All trees photosynthesize during the growing season and produce sugars to use for growth. In the fall, when trees stop growing, excess sugars are stored for the following spring. Some of those sugars are stored in specialized storage vessels in the trunk of the tree. One particular species of tree, the sugar maple, has a more sugary mixture of water and sugar stored in its trunk, a mixture we call sap. Because of this higher concentration of sugar in the sap, we use sugar maples in the production of something we all love, maple syrup. So in the springtime, when the tree needs energy to grow, the stored sugars or sap are needed in the branches where they will be used in growing new leaves for the new growing season. This movement of sap to the canopy of the tree is why we are able to tap maple trees and retrieve the sap. Sap in the tree flows best when you have above freezing days, followed by freezing nights. This freeze-thaw cycle creates a changing pressure gradient in the tree, thus moving the liquid sap. Once the liquid sap is collected, usually in a bucket or similar storage container, the water must be removed. Think about the maple syrup you have eaten. It tastes nice and sweet, not watery. So we heat the sap to a boil and remove the excess water until the concentrate is 66% sugar, the magic percent that gives us maple syrup. As mentioned before, sugar maples tend to give us the best yield of maple syrup due to its concentration of sugars in the sap. It takes about 40 gallons of sugar maple sap to produce just 1 gallon of syrup. While that might seem like a lot, other species of maple, such as the red maple, have a 50 or 60 to 1 sap to syrup ratio, and several species of birch have been reported to be as high as an 80 to 1 ratio. That requires a lot more sap and a lot more boiling to yield that tasty maple syrup. Maple sugaring is an important part of our state's economy, and we actually have over 2,000 large-scale maple producers in the state, and I encourage all of you to learn a little bit more about them. Head on over to mapleweekends.nysmaple.com to find a participating maple producer near you. Many of them are open to the public in the last weekends of March for Maple Weekends. We even have some maple operations in state parks you can visit. So thanks for watching, everyone. And remember, every time you step foot outside, there are new discoveries to be made. Happy exploring.